Hey everyone, welcome to the Build and Launch Your Website in 1 Hour event. I'm Elizabeth, I'm coming to you live from San Francisco, and like the event says, today I'm going to show you how you can design, build, and create a custom website all in under an hour. And as a matter of fact, most of our customers can do this in 20 minutes. That's the average time. And our recent record was actually 5 minutes. So this is super easy, and I think you're going to enjoy seeing how this is done. So I would love to hear in the chat what type of website that you are thinking about building today. And you might be wondering how that's possible to build a website so fast. So this is all made possible by Simple, our amazing website builder. And I am going to show you around. So basically it's everything you need to launch a one-page website with absolutely no technical or design know-how required. Normally, there is a lot that goes into building a website. First, you have to choose a website builder and learn that tool, and then usually you have to buy a theme or a template and then install that theme and register that license for that theme, and then you have to buy web hosting, and then you have to buy a domain name someplace else, and then you've got to figure out how to connect all of that together. And then even if you do figure that out, customizing your website, it's pretty tedious. There are tons of customization options, even changing things like colors and typography. You've got to have a pretty good design eye to make something that looks really professional. And so that's not even to mention things like site backups and version history and analytics and SEO and all that kind of stuff. So we really wanted to simplify all of that, and that's why we created Simple, and it's really a done-for-you solution. So basically, you just choose a look that you like, you fill in your content, and you hit publish. That's it. There is no tech setup. It's super budget friendly. You can attract visitors easily because the SEO is optimized and there are analytics for you to view. And we take care of everything like backups and hosting, you name it. So all of the designs are included, the hosting, custom domain names. So if you have your own domain name and you want to connect it to a site that you make on Simple, website analytics, these are fully responsive websites. And you can build all of this on your mobile phone too. You don't even need a computer. You can use this website builder on your mobile phone. And automatic updates, backups, version history. So if you're editing your site and you want to roll back to a previous version that you created, you can do that. Contact forms, all of that stuff. And all of this is included for just $10 a month. So we are the most affordable and feature-packed website builder on the market right now. So you all can follow along with me and create your free accounts, and you don't even have to worry about that $10 a month right now because all of this is free to try. You can build your entire website, try all of our themes, everything I'm going to show you, this is all free. So you only pay $10 if and when you decide to go live with your website. So let's take a look at more of that now. So what makes this so super fast is that we have all of these one-click templates for you to explore for starters. So we have a variety of things here. We're adding things all of the time. You can click on any of these demos to preview them, and this is one that's great for counselors or therapists, and you can preview the entire site, what it looks like, and then with one click, you can just start with this design. So to create your account, if I didn't mention, in the chat there is a link pinned there, so you can sign up as I show you around and go through it and pick one of these templates and you'll be able to follow along, and I'll show you how to do that from within the editor as well. So if I wanted to start with this, I click start with this design. Once your account's all created and you're all set up, then you will see something that looks like this. And this is our Simple site editor. And everything you need is right around this canvas right here. So to start with, we have a lot of really smart, intelligent design features so that you don't really have to think about things like colors and how to match things and place things. And this is based on nearly 100,000 websites that we've created now and themes that we have made over the past 20 years of working in the web design space and working with website builders. And so you can hover over any of these sections and use Magic Restyle, for example. And this will just cycle through a couple of different styles that we have for each of these sections. And it would look something like that. And if you wanted to change the global elements like the color schemes, it's super easy. We have these perfectly paired color palettes already in place, so you can swap these out with all of these different tints and shades, and you can switch over to dark mode if you like that better. And all of the images will be tinted and colorized to match your site. You can change the accent color, and that will also control all of the main graphical elements that you see, like buttons and icons and, you know, other graphic flourishes. The fonts are also paired for you. There's everything from the more traditional serif fonts to the more modern sans serif fonts. So you can just change those, and it pairs perfectly with the body fonts for a really clean look for whatever industry that you're in. And so you can change the button styles right here, simple outlined buttons or solid ones, and you have control over things like your rounded corners of different card elements. So let's say we have these boxes integrated here. I can make them really square for a more kind of serious look, a little bit more rounded and bubbly for a fun, friendly look. And those are your global elements. You can upload your logo here, your browser icon as well. So let's switch back to something a little lighter and brighter. I'm gonna put my color back to something green. And yes, if you're following along on any of the channels that we're broadcasting to, we're on LinkedIn, on YouTube, we're all over the place. So the other simple fellows will be monitoring the chat if you have any questions. Okay, so now that we've got kind of some colors, some typography, everything dialed in, we can look at our page sections and see what we have here. So by clicking on sections, you'll open up this modal and you'll get to see all of the sections that you can add, that you haven't added yet. And you can just click on any of these to just reorder them, so move things around, and then save your changes. And hovering over any section allows you to edit it. And then you'll see these text boxes come up, and then it's just really easy to input all of your copy and your content and your information. Now, all of the graphic things are also built in. So if I wanted to change my services and add an icon, I can do that. And I can choose an icon from our icon picker that has, I've forgotten, maybe 20,000 different icons or more. So I can say something like, I can search for phone perhaps, and then I can put in an icon like that. And that's gonna add an icon to this box and style it for you and color it to match your theme. And if I wanted to add another service, I could easily duplicate this one. I could change the text, and I can change this one to an image. And we also have stock images. So if I wanted to add a stock photo, I can choose one here, come into this window, type in maybe therapy, and the stock photos will come up, and I can click on that, use photo, and that's gonna load that in and perfectly size it for you. So those are just some of the ways we make it easy to have all of the content that you need already in there for you. And this is an example of a timeline. This can be treated as, you know, your resume timeline of things that you've done, education you've gotten. Maybe it's a timeline of your startup, and I'll show you some other demos of how we can use these. And we have a lot of other page sections like gallery and all of the standard things that are really important for a solid, good performing website. Testimonials and a couple of different layouts as well. We have map integration with Google Maps. So all you do is put in your address and it pulls in a visual map like this. And then all of these social links also pull in all of the icons. So all you need is your social handle, and then you'll be able to have this all done for you. FAQ section, and this contact form, you can configure this in your settings by going to general settings and then just adding in your contact form email. And while we're in here, it's really easy to add in your custom domain name. So you can have a free domain name from us that's a subdomain that's something like therapy.simple.site. And you can also select a custom domain name that you already own. So maybe you purchased one from somewhere else, like you have mycompany.com. You can connect that here for free. And you can also purchase a domain name from us if you want a custom one that you don't have yet. So let's jump back into the editor now. And This is one of the special things about Simple that our customers really love, and that's with the design. So this is using cards design, and this is starting from that therapist demo that I showed you earlier. But you can go into the design tab, which I just clicked on here, and in the drop down, you can choose any of our other themes that are available. And these are totally different graphical styles, and this one's called Enso, and it's a really dynamic theme with these masked images. And so this is great for something like beauty or skincare, or a restaurant, and you can just cycle through all of these different styles and image masks, and then this is a completely different look and feel to that site. And the great thing about it is this is completely non-destructive, so you can play around with these different designs all you want, and it will not affect your content in any way. And like I said, with version history, you can roll back, or you can just, not save these changes if you want to go back to another theme that you were using. But it's just really fun to be able to do this so easily and completely change the design of your site. We had someone today, as a matter of fact, who completely just decided he wanted a new site after a while, a new look to it, and swapped it out for a theme. And this is all free and included. And so this is another theme. This one is a little bit has a little grain, a little noise texture in the background. And I love this one in dark design. This really comes through. This is a favorite for a lot of tech companies and startups. And I'll show you a couple more of these demos that I have here. This is a great one for coaches, consultants, administration professionals, that sort of thing. As this loads up, you can see that it's a totally different color scheme, a different look, and you can add all of this stuff in. So I'd love to know if you have any questions. If anyone has signed up, let me know in the chat, and we can check out a couple more demos in the meantime. And so, yeah, this is just used a lot for service professionals, for tradespeople, anyone who just wants to build a really, really simple brochure style website. And lots of startups love using these for things like wait lists. So if you have maybe a product or something that you haven't quite launched yet, but you need a teaser page or a landing page for it, this is one example of that that's pretty popular. And then we have agency themes as well. And we're always taking requests for new demos. So you can, let me know in the chat, or in the chat that's in your editor, if you have any themes that you'd like to see. And so when you're creating a new site, and we're going to do this together now, you'll see this window and you'll be able to choose any of these themes, these demos from our dropdown. So let's say that we chose this realty theme for real estate professionals. We can select that. We can name our website. We'll call this Simple Realty. And then you can put in a description for your website. Amazing real estate agency. And then we create site. And Simple is actually super, super fast. You'll find that all of these things load up in just seconds. And it's even faster than you're seeing here. I'm live streaming, so there may be a bit of a lag, but something like this looks like that. And I can come here and quickly swap out a theme if I wanted to create something like this. And I can restyle any of these sections. And then I can go to the design. I can swap out some colors if I wanted a dark mode, which looks really cool. And then I can change this to a modern font. And you can see how quickly I'm just able to move around this interface and how fast everything loads. I can change this button. I can make it rounded. I can make this color a bit brighter. And then that's it. That's the whole look and feel of the site, just like that. And then I can swap these out for icons if I wanted. I can upload my own as well. If you have your own images, of course, you can upload those. So let's say that we have a business icon here. And then we've got another one. Do an icon here. And then, of course, we can change the icon to be something different. Cool. Let's add this cool two-toned house. And then expand that toggle, and we can add, maybe we'll say apartment. Maybe, yeah, apartment buildings. This looks cool. And then that's it. Just like that, we've added icons for a very different look. Let's maybe round the corners of this, of these boxes. I like that. That looks pretty good. And then we'll save those changes and close this. And then scrolling down, you can add an about section, these featured listings. Each one of these can be expanded so that you can add more information into a lightbox. So in that way, it sort of acts like a multi-page site. Most of our customers that want something simple, they're not looking for a complex CMS or a blog or a big multi-page site. You can utilize these light boxes and modals to add as much information in as you need to expand in certain areas. And also, you can make your navigation link to all of these sections, so it really acts as a multi-section, multi-page site. So just by clicking on the edit navigation, you can expand each one of these, and you can even add external links if you have them, and then choose the section that you want that link in the navigation to go to, and it will go there. And the other cool thing is that you can change the style of this navigation. So maybe you want like a sticky navigation up at the top, and we'll click done on that. And then that will stick to the top and you'll be able to see it when you publish your site. So there are lots of really, really cool things that you can do. And all of that is just very, very easy to do in a couple of clicks. So a couple of other themes that we have that are quite popular. We have a great dentist theme. This is one that I made for a conference that I recently attended, for example. These are great for things like that. Sometimes maybe you just want to create a QR code or a link for a one-off event that you're attending so people can kind of, reach you, like a link tree for TikTok. This is great for influencers as well. Anyone that wants just a separate site for, just links and things like that. And I mentioned dentist before. This is a great dentist theme that you can start with. This is great for any kind of medical professional or doctor. And it looks just like this. And again, there's so many different things that you can do from these simple templates. And we're always adding more themes and more styles that you'll be able to have access to. So if we also look around, you'll see things like analytics. So you'll get to see page views, unique viewer visitors, different click events that were happening and how people visited your site. And if you go to general settings, you can also connect another website analytic platform. So if you're using Google Analytics, for example, or Phantom, Plausible, whatever it is, you can connect that here and then that will work instead. And then you can view your site history here. Now this will be coming soon to where you're going to be able to roll back to this, but you can see when you last published and all the changes that you made and what it looked like at that time of publishing. So all kinds of cool features. We have a very popular law theme here for those in the law profession. And that loads up. Let me check the chats. See a couple of questions rolling in from our other platforms. And yes, as I mentioned before, you can connect your custom domain name to this very easily, and that's included. This has a really cool effect with the navigation where it's sticky and then it kind of has a blurred effect as the site scrolls. So you can see all of these sections can be easily added, edited, removed. You can link these forms to your MailerLite or other mail provider if you're using some kind of a marketing email service for that too. And there's a great theme here as well for resumes and also for newsletters. That's a pretty popular one. Let's see if I can find that demo. So if you do have a newsletter that you're starting or you want to start to collect emails, these are some great templates. All of the hero sections, you're able to edit them and then use a form or a button. So you can customize a form there to create a nice little landing page where people can input their information and that can go to your list or your email or whatever you configure for that. Another really popular demo of ours is, of course, a resume. What's great about this is just it's super easy to just add your links in and keep this up to date, because the worst part is when you have a resume that you never update because it's really complicated, and this makes it super, super easy to do. Link trees are also very popular. We've got a few of those, and we have a massage therapist site that is being worked on right now as well, so lots of great options. And so that's really all there is to Simple. And I would love to hear what you're creating with it. I know we've got a couple of tradespeople. I think there's 2 electricians. We have a lot of real estate brokers. And again, another way to create a site, of course, if you don't want to start from a demo or you don't see a demo that you like, you can start from scratch. So here are our 3 main themes, static, ENSO, and cards, and you can start from any one of these, and that has some placeholder context built in, so you can just see all of the sections that are available and then customize them to your needs as you'd like. So this one is really popular in tech. Anyone who has a product, a digital product, something that they want to showcase, you can just start from there and fill these in. You can remove any sections that you don't want by going here and trashing them. And that's about it. So that about concludes everything that you can do with Simple. And we will be here answering the chat for a little while. And you can also find us inside of the editor if you have any questions. But if you need any help building at all, that's the best way to find us, is in the chat. So I'm going to check to see if we have any more questions. Yes, there is a gallery. You can find that here by going to the gallery section, and then you can add in a description for these items. So let's just say that I replace this with a stock photo, and we'll use this one. When that loads up, I can add a title like Lonely Tree and a description, nature shots from July. And then we'll save that. And then when you click on that, it opens that up fully in a light box so that you can see the title and description that you created. Yes. Someone asked if all of the design themes are included. Yep, you can hot swap these out anytime you want, just like that. And they all coordinate perfectly with all of the colors. Another really fun thing that you can do is add in animations to your page sections. So you can do something like a zoom in like that. This gives it a lot of extra pizzazz. I love these animations. And that way, these are scrolling animations per section. So as you scroll down, these sections will kind of zoom in and do different things. So that's really nice. And then you can preview what this looks like on mobile. And it's all responsive and mobile ready already. So you don't have to do anything at all. Everything's resized to fit all devices. And this is a mobile editor, so you can edit from here. And this is similar to what it will look like when you are actually on your phone editing it. And you'll be able to do that from there. And then when you're ready to publish, you just hit upgrade. So you'll be able to choose a monthly plan or yearly, and there's no contracts. You can cancel anytime. You can have a website for a conference for a month if you want, and it'll only cost you $10. And everything is saved, so if you ever want to start up again, you can. And like I said, website hosting is included, analytics, your own domain name, all of these designs, email capture forms, mobile editing, search engine optimization, version history, backups, all of it. And once you hit upgrade now, then you'll be able to do things like connect up your custom domain name, all of that stuff. And if you wanted to check all that out before, just go to general settings and you'll be able to see that there as well. And SEO settings here, your title, and when you upload an image, it will be that pretty link that gets shared, that visual link that gets shared when you share your link out with someone else. So that's all there is to it. The other thing that I want to mention is that you can add as many sites as you want and control them from here. As you can see, I have all of these demos loaded up, and I can control a number of these sites all from one dashboard. So I don't need separate accounts if I want to make separate websites. I know there are a lot of people that manage websites for different businesses or for different people in their families or clients, and you can create them all in here and view all of your stats in the dashboard. Here's another one for nonprofits. This is a lovely one. And then each time you make a change, you can publish those changes. This little tag will let you know the status of your site, whether it's live or deploying. So if I hit publish changes right now on this, you'll see that it says the site's deploying. So it's doing its thing. You'll have to wait a minute or two. And then when it's ready, you'll see this little icon in the top right that pops up and lets you know that you can launch that site and view it live. And that's what the site looks like. All right, I'm checking for any questions or comments. Let me know what you think so far. Yes, that's right. Everything is included, all of these page sections. Yeah, it's all included. Okay, well, thank you all for tuning in again. And like I said, if you have any questions, leave it in the chat. I'll get back to you. Chat with us in the editor, but definitely take this for a spin and share it with someone that you think might enjoy it. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next time.